In 2024, the owner of OnlyFans quietly pocketed $701 million in dividends. That's not a typo. One person took home more than the CEOs of Apple, Google, and Tesla combined. And it didn't come from ads, Wall Street investors, or flashy IPOs. It came from a business that rewrote the rules of the internet economy. Today on Business Boss, the billion-dollar creator economy and what OnlyFans tells us about its future. So, how did one company generate such an insane payout? OnlyFans reported over $1.1 billion in net profit last year, on revenues of about $5.6 billion. That's profit, not just revenue. To put it in perspective, that's more than Spotify earned, and it rivals what some Fortune 500 companies clear. Here's the wild part. The business model is shockingly simple. OnlyFans doesn't run ads. It doesn't sell your personal data. It doesn't rely on venture capital or Wall Street investors. Instead, it takes a 20% cut of every subscription, tip, and pay-per-view transaction that flows through its platform. With over 200 million registered users and millions of creators, that 20% adds up, fast. And because the platform is lean, privately held, and doesn't spend billions on marketing, the profits roll straight up. Enough, in fact, for owner Leonid Radvinsky to collect nearly $701 million in cash dividends in a single year. OnlyFans is proof of the power of direct-to-creator platforms. Unlike Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, which depend heavily on ad revenue, OnlyFans flips the script. Instead of selling your attention to advertisers, it lets creators monetize their audience directly. No advertisers, no middlemen, just subscriptions, tips, and pay-per-view content flowing straight from fans to creators. This model exploded during the pandemic. As traditional jobs dried up and millions of people searched for new income streams, OnlyFans became an instant alternative. Creators of all kinds, adult performers, yes, but also fitness coaches, musicians, chefs, comedians, and influencers, discovered they could earn by charging a loyal following a small monthly fee. For fans, it felt more personal. Direct access, exclusive content, and a one-to-one connection they weren't getting on free platforms. By 2025, this direct model had attracted over 3 million creators and 200 million registered users worldwide. That scale gives OnlyFans something most startups dream of: predictable, recurring revenue. And the loyalty it builds is powerful. When creators know they're getting paid consistently, they stay. When fans feel they're supporting someone directly, they keep subscribing. That's the genius of OnlyFans. It turns attention into steady cash flow. But OnlyFans isn't an outlier. It's part of a much bigger shift we now call the creator economy, an ecosystem where individuals, not corporations, are building businesses around their content. For decades, gatekeepers controlled distribution: record labels, publishers, film studios, and TV networks. But digital platforms have flipped that model on its head. Today, anyone with a phone and an internet connection can turn their skills, personality, or knowledge into a revenue stream. Patreon helps podcasters and artists collect monthly support from fans. Substack lets writers turn newsletters into subscription businesses. Twitch pays streamers through tips and memberships. YouTube rolled out paid memberships and super chats. Even TikTok now offers tipping features. The common thread? People are willing to pay directly for content they value. And the scale is staggering. Analysts estimate the creator economy is already worth over $250 billion and could double by 2030. To put that in perspective, that's bigger than the entire global music industry today, and closing in on Hollywood itself. The message is clear. The internet has shifted power from institutions to individuals. Platforms that enable direct payment relationships aren't just supporting creators, they're rewriting the economics of entertainment. Here's where OnlyFans really stands apart. Margins. Most platforms in the creator economy struggle to make money. YouTube spends billions running servers and revenue sharing with creators. TikTok burns cash on endless marketing. Even Patreon, which takes a cut, often operates at thin margins. Why? Because they're chasing scale, fueled by outside investors who demand growth at all costs. OnlyFans is different. It's privately held, with no Wall Street shareholders or venture capital dictating strategy. That independence means it doesn't need to set fire to cash for expansion. Instead, the model is brutally simple. Charge a 20% fee on every dollar creators earn. Subscriptions, tips, pay-per-view content. OnlyFans takes its cut, and the creators shoulder all production costs. The result? A platform that's lean, capital light, and wildly efficient. It doesn't pour billions into advertising. It doesn't subsidize creators to lure them in. It doesn't bankroll expensive studio productions. It just provides the infrastructure, payment systems, and moderation, and lets creators do the rest. That's why, in 2024, OnlyFans generated $1.1 billion in profit on $5.6 billion in revenue. That's a profit margin north of 20%, higher than Apple's. Few tech companies can match that kind of efficiency. Of course, it's not all smooth sailing. OnlyFans has lived under constant controversy, mainly because of its reputation for hosting adult content. In 2021, the company nearly imploded when major banks and payment processors, including MasterCard and Visa, threatened to cut ties. To protect its financial lifeline, OnlyFans announced a ban on explicit content, only to reverse the decision days later after massive backlash from creators and fans. The fiasco showed just how vulnerable the platform is to outside pressure, and that raises bigger questions. Can OnlyFans diversify beyond adult content into mainstream fitness, music, and influencer spaces? Or will regulatory scrutiny, copycat competitors, and shifting cultural norms chip away at its dominance? These risks matter because they reveal the fragile foundation of the creator economy. When banks, platforms, or governments move the goalposts, entire livelihoods can disappear overnight. So what can entrepreneurs learn from OnlyFans? Number 1. Direct-to-consumer always beats middlemen. If you can cut out ads, third parties, or distributors, your margins skyrocket. Number 2. Predictable subscription revenue is gold. Investors value recurring income far more than one-time sales. And number 3. Give your creators or users a bigger slice of the pie, and they'll build your empire for you. OnlyFans didn't have to pay for content. Its users did all the heavy lifting. The platform just provided the infrastructure. So yes, one man just took home $701 million. But the bigger story isn't the payout. It's the model. The internet is shifting power and money from corporations to individuals. OnlyFans might be controversial, but it's also a blueprint for how the next billion-dollar businesses will be built. Do you think the creator economy will last? Or are we looking at another bubble? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, check out our deep dive on how Costco really makes its money. Trust me, it's not just the $1.50 hot dog. This is Business Boss. Thanks for watching.